Good morning. It's Wednesday, April 3rd, and I hope you all have made it safely through the night with all this extreme weather. We've started winter all over again with cold, windy, snowy days. So, anyway, that's April in Wisconsin, and with these times, the weather just doesn't know what to do anymore, does it? Well, anyway, in James chapter 3, he talks about controlling our tongue or our mouth from the words, because he said we can either bless God and Father or we can curse the man who God has made. And we do that often. Sometimes we praise God, sometimes we curse somebody, right? But it says, every beast and reptile and creature of the sea is tamed and can be tamed by man, but no man can tame the tongue. It is an unruly evil full of deadly poison. He thinks a lot of it, doesn't he? Well, anyway, it says, the tongue is like a fire. You say something little and it sparks an entire forest fire. I would say especially in families, right? Sometimes that happens. Somebody says one little thing and somebody else gets upset and somebody's trying to stick up for them and somebody else goes after them, and pretty soon you got a whole forest fire. And so he says, nobody can tame our tongue. So to me, that means we have to ask God to help us. Because, I was thinking how it's funny how he compares the tongue to a fire. And we compare hell, and we talk about hell as a fire. And, and I was thinking how the devil, he's stoking his fire. He's stoking the stove to make it burn hotter and hotter. And every single word you use that's bad, he can use that to make this fire hotter. And then if you don't say anything, his stove gets kind of cold because there's nothing to put in it. And so then he becomes desperate and he really tries to tempt you to say something. You ever notice that when you try to keep your mouth shut, you're even more tempted to say something? So all we can do there is ask God to help us to shut the door of our mouth when we don't need to talk and to open it when we do need to say something. And in Psalm 19, verse 14, it says, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Because our words, what's in our heart will come out in our words. And so we really want our heart to be right with God and truthful. And it says in the Bible that what's in your heart is what you will speak. And words can divide. They can divide our country. They can divide a family. They can divide brothers and sisters, parents, friends. So be very careful with your words, and think, is this really what's in my heart, what I'm going to say? And if it's not necessary, don't say it. Have a great day, and God bless you, and stay safe.